By the way, Jeff, at the top of the show, we also showed our viewers that while the S&P 500 is down 5% this month, Apple is down 19%, Amazon is down 16%, Microsoft off 12%. Big tech appears to be rolling over. Does that make it a value or a sector to be avoided?
Well, Sully, it's still a sector that we embrace. That is a great chart for the month of September. That is a little bit of a myopic view. If you look at a year-to-date chart, which I prefer to look at, if you look at Amazon, Apple, Facebook, even Google, as well as Microsoft, all outperform the S&P 500. So it depends on what chart you want. When you talk about Nikola, that's a really interesting topic. You want to talk about sentiment. Look at what happened in GM. GM steps up to the plate, makes a big bite, takes 11% of Nikola, and all of a sudden, a short-selling research firm, let's remember that, a short-selling research firm was the catalyst here. Now we're seeing the CEO, Trevor Milton, step down about 5 hours ago. But I think at the end of the day, Sully, GM, they do a lot of due diligence. This is one of the biggest, oldest companies, one of the essential companies in the United States. So I think when it's all said and done, I think GM is going to be okay, because they did not go through the due diligence when they bought 11%, $2 billion of Nikola. They didn't just go through halfway. This was a purchase that they made and took some time thinking about. So I think there's a lot of digestion in the market today. We're only down 2% in the S&P 500, but think about the headlines today. This is a pretty tough sledding to only be down 2%.
Yeah, you could talk about rolling out something, but the problem, Jeff, I think, is that they also rolled a truck down a hill, and basically you watched the ad and you thought the Nikola truck was cruising. It was actually just rolling. And the only reason we bring up Nikola, Jeff, it's not a big company, because it's a day trader favorite. Retail investors have been such a part of this market. And when you see big names like Nikola, you know, maybe you have allegations of fraud, whatever might turn out to be the real story here, it could turn people off the market. The market's been going nowhere but up for, you know, since March. And you wonder if sentiment does
You're right,
flip.
Sully. Yeah, but let me jump in there, because, you know, we're in 2020. Well, there's allegations flying every single morning. We're seeing allegations for the biggest banks right now. You don't think JP Morgan, you don't think Jamie Dimon's going to wake up this morning, chug some coffee, and come back and refute those allegations? So I think if it's allegations in the banking sector today that's moving markets, or if it's allegations against Nikola, I think people have to have the ability and understanding, all the day traders out there, that this sentiment will move, but you really have to dig deeper and find facts, not just headlines, Sully.
Well, yeah, you said it's 2020, by the way. Let's just move. 2020 just needs to go away as quickly as possible, Jeff. I think we can all agree on that. Leave us with an idea. When you said it to me, I thought PB&J, that's the food ETF. No, it's PSJ. It's an ETF around tech, structured a little bit differently. Why is this one to watch?
It is. So PSJ, the Invesco ETF, is a dynamic software. We talk about tech. Tech is still our #1 sector, despite your charts of September. But PSJ is very dynamic. So these are names you know, Electronic Arts, Snap, DocuSign, Adobe. These are names we still want to have repositioned. Remember, this is the last week before the end of the quarter. You're going to see a lot of volatility. And no matter what the headline you want to plug in, Sully, we're 5-6 weeks away from an election. So we're anticipating this volatility. Embrace this volatility and stick with software, stick with tech. Q4 of the end of the year, that's the sector you're going to see acceleration.